Hello everybody and welcome again to Adobe Live from OFFF in Barcelona. And we're back here for a portfolio review with David, Carson and Violaine.
Hi.
And this is live now. I mean, Violaine is here. She's a little bit
Yeah, a bit
like,
excited and nervous, of
but
course. I think it's normal.
All right.
But
It's okay, so are we.
yes.
yeah, exactly, yeah. We'll be
Violaine,
fine.
tell us a little bit about yourself. Actually, tell David a little bit
yeah,
about
of course.
yourself.
I'm Violaine, I come from France, but I live in the Netherlands for 5 years now.
Oh, nice.
I'm a graphic designer, but I have a bit of a double background in graphic design and digital design, even though my love is always for print design and typographic. And I really like to explore shapes, typographic in my work. And right now I'm a freelance designer for almost 1.5 years, and I really enjoy so far working for myself, picking the clients I want. Sometimes it's more entrepreneurs, sometimes it's bigger corporate clients, but it's always something to learn. So
Nice.
that's where I am
good
today.
For you. Sounds like a good place to be.
Yeah, well, for now I really like it. Yeah.
Okay.
So, show us a little bit of your portfolio and your process and how you're thinking about design and let's have
of
David
course.
chime in.
Yeah, so I wanted to first introduce you a project that I did for myself because I really like to just explore without having a client behind, just for myself. And if I'm
It's important to do that.
exactly,
Yeah.
and if I'm happy with the project, I'm okay to put it in my portfolio because it can also be a nice project for potential clients.
Yeah, and just an aside, I often will show a lot of process work, like a lot of different versions of something to clients, even though it was never actually picked or used, so they learn more about what you do and the range of where you'll be exploring for their project.
Yeah, I feel this too. And for example, this project, I took inspiration from the Bauhaus, even though some people see also influence from the 70s in terms of colors and shapes. But for me, I really like the Bauhaus, which is it's an art movement that is born in 1999 in Germany. Unfortunately, it didn't resist the Second War, but we still have a really big heritage with architecture and typography. And I wanted a bit like to have a homage to this style. And I challenged myself with, okay, let's work with only one shape, which is like a circle, and let's try to fill up some letters that the letter become an image. So, for example, like the letter V has a lot of angle, but as soon as you go like with a B or the Q, it's already a round shape. So it's very challenging, and to stick to one shape and try to explore it in a different way, it was very interesting for me. And I like that the white space. It's really playing also with the white space and with primary colors, and
Let me just, if you go back to the first one, and just a comment. So this would be your portfolio. This is what you would show somebody. The thing I'm finding is there's a lot of distraction going on before. I really want to kind of focus more on the piece itself and react to that.
Yeah.
This is asking a lot of the viewer, and maybe doing the actual artwork a bit of a disservice. So I would look at the presentation. It's hard to even react only to the poster when there's so many elements here. This big white box with a lot of type that people may or may not read. So that's I'm having a little problem with that. Now, if you go to the next one, it's just magnified by 10 here. Any one of these by themselves on a piece of white, you can really see what you're doing and what your strength is. Now it's like, whoa, I don't know where to look. Let's go to the next slide. It's too much, and we have a paragraph, and there may be some wonderful things on this K, but I need to see them isolated to go, wow, that's really interesting how she thought to bring that in or use that section. I mean, this as one piece is going to just be so powerful. So right now I have it's hard for me to even react to each piece because it's such a, your eye doesn't know where to go.
No, I understand.
So I think it doesn't seem to be your design sense that's the issue here. It's more the presentation.
Yeah, the website.
And you even wrote it here.
No, exactly.
No one's gonna, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, if you want a sentence or two, but it just adds one more element.
Yeah,
You have black
yeah.
and red, and then the line change, and you're asking a lot of a viewer.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Yeah, that's
so
very
that's
interesting.
it's really hard to react to when you see that much going on. Like whoa, and you're talking, you're dealing with people that only have a limited time anyway, and just this is such an easy to keep going because your eye doesn't know where to look, so you go to the next slide. So it's really a presentation issue more than anything else so far.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a very point of feedback. Yeah, of course, your portfolio should be about your work and the way you do it. But I understand that maybe the balance should be more on the visual.
Same thing here. Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, this is just. Oh, get rid of that. Let me react to this art. Maybe go. Whoa, look at that K. Now it's like, okay, well, I'm reading and now I'm evaluating. Well, is she any good with type? I mean, we have flush left. It's just typed in. Look, and you don't want the person going there. You want them to just go, oh my, have you seen that poster she did? And now it's like secondary almost because your eye goes here. And so I would just say the same thing. I'm really intrigued by the work, but and one or two of these pieces would have covered that area of the way you work. And now we've seen, I don't know, 6 or 8 little ones with a big block of type, and I would be concerned about giving you type to work on because this is so pedestrian versus some really fun, interesting poster design.
Yeah.
And you don't want to turn somebody away because, oh no, is she going to do this for us? Everything flush left, just type it in. I want somebody to pay more attention to details where this seems to do. So
Yeah.
So I'm a big supporter of like explaining your process. So this is, it's important that all of this process explanation is there, but like David said, it's too prominent right now. It's like it should be something secondary or even tertiary. Like if I want to know more, I'll read more.
Click here or go here
or
or one sentence, but right now it's the star of the presentation, and we barely get involved in these. And this is what you want people reacting to. You don't want them to read this and say, oh, she must be wonderful. You want them to come to this page and go, whoa, no way, look what she did. And that's not happening right now. So it's pretty critical, but that's why you're here.
No, but that's good. And you will see, unfortunately, that my whole website is built with the same.
Well, it's a process. So
with
if you're agreeing with some of what we're saying, I mean, this gets better. This is less the problem of the others, but even still, I would say, show one big, get their attention, and then if follow up, you could show all 3 how they work together or something if that's the goal. But same problem. I mean, this could be so strong going through these things. It's wow, she's really. But now it's like, okay, sit down and study, and you may not have that time. So.
Yeah, well, I will go back home and remake my whole website.
Well, I really think you should. The work looks really interesting, but I can't even get into it and enjoy it.
It's the distractions. Like I understand what you're doing. You're trying to put your posters into a context. But this context you're putting them in, I'm not talking about the frame so much, but the shadows and maybe the background color. It's overpowering. And
one of these on white and nothing else on the page is going to be striking.
Boom.
But I agree, the shadow, I was just looking to see where it's coming from. All it's doing is taking away from your actual work. And then later in your portfolio, if you want to show, here's a catalog I did, and you can show all these things that you're capable of doing in layout, but not initially if the goal is to more show your big hit kind of poster items.
Okay. Thank you for reviewing this project.
But this is it.
Isn't that huge on a white page? And if the first thing you came to go, oh wow, you'd right away want to see the next one, and then maybe it goes to another letter. So there's a couple of these, and then some, because somebody's going to go, that could work for our blah 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 project. But right now we have so much to take in that the effect is really minimized.
Well, shall
there.
I? Yeah.
Yes.
No, the art is in a good place, I can tell,
Okay.
but right now it's presentation.
Web design is not my specialty, so I see now why.
Even more the reason to let the art be the star. Let that be big and plain, simple.
Yeah. Okay, shall I go to the second project?
Of course, of
Yeah?
course.
Oh my God.
No,
How will
next.
it be? The second project, it's a visual identity project that I made for a company named Harmonize. It's an online collaboration tool from the US, and they wanted a new identity that speak a bit more and connect a bit more the teachers and the students. So I decided, and that's why I present you this project as well, because I selected 3 projects that you can see a bit the link between them. And I liked here working with some modular shapes as well. I had in the old logo this chat bubble that was interesting because it's about communicating, and it's really what they want to push, this idea of talking with each other. So I keep this idea, but I try to create a logo that is a bit more modern, and try to also take these shapes that I made in the logo and make something with it. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun working on these projects. Also created some patterns and some posters, and also the whole idea as well. Okay, how the logo should like if it's only the age that is displayed somewhere. Created also some icons that I made myself aligned with these shapes that you can find in the logo. And the website is not me that made it. I worked with another company, but the website is also aligned about this all with these all shapes that are a bit.
Do you have the old logo?
No, I don't have the old logo anymore, because they removed everything online from the previous identity they had. But
yeah, because that's always good to show before and after. I mean, I think the logo is really strong. It's a nice shape. If you go back through, we could do some of the
it was
same.
the logo actually.
See, this is a really.
Sorry.
So this is. I would show the logo, by itself maybe, and then show. And here's some different color explorations. But it's a little bit of the similar problem with the other piece. But go ahead, go back to.
Up.
Yeah. I think you could have a slide without these colors. It's just let them see how nice the logo is and how it works, and then you could go to just this, and then you could go to 4 colors of it, and then you could go to maybe some of this thing. But right now, it's kind of that same problem. You're asking them a lot, and maybe somebody hates these, but they love the logo. You're making it a harder sell than it needs to be. Because this is really nice, and it actually works well with the rest of the letters. So it's a good font.
Okay.
What is this one? What is it?
Yeah, this is just part of my website actually. When you scroll down, you have this.
That's disturbing. This must go.
This must go. Yeah, I will.
I like your thinking, but I say no.
No, I get it. It's also true that if you have in this viewport, then it's just running the work itself. Yeah.
I mean, it could be somewhere hidden, maybe, but no, that needs to go. Is that their old logo? Or maybe I like this one better. I don't know.
Yeah.
So go down quickly. So the good news is, or go up, I guess.
Up.
But
Up or down?
Yes.
In the middle.
The good news is the logo's nice. It works well with the font, but then we have some of the same problem as in the presentation. You know, and even these, I don't know what we gain by tilting it. Probably not much. You want to just be drawn to that shape and go, and maybe big and simple on one card or one. It gets interesting enough, but anytime you do multiples and small, the effect is usually. Probably nobody's going to come to this page and go, "Whoa, no way!" It's just like, okay, I see. Anyway, go back down, kind of, and the same problem we talked about. These are just way too strong and crazy.
It's too much in your face.
So.
Yeah. But it was a fun project to work on. I really liked it.
Well, it shows with the color choices, and at some point maybe you look at having a little more fun with these titles. I mean, they don't have to be crazy, but now they're so flush left. I feel like they were typed in. And maybe you determine the space between them, and it doesn't have to always be the same when it's a short kind of headline thing. And right now somebody could be concerned about how you deal with body copy or type because it appears to be just flush left typed in and not really dealt with at the same level that the H was and some of the other elements.
Yeah, I guess it's because I wanted the main focus to be really on the shapes.
Yeah, well, you go to this first, and like you made these really good decisions on the color and this and that in a sense only you could do. Anybody can type flush left, and you want to be a little more than that, or maybe every H, or at least another letter has a hint of that shape or something that brings more to it.
Yep. Okay. Thanks.
But it's I love the H, works with the thing. But
Thank
again,
you.
you're in a good place where the presentation is the problem, not so much the work.
Yeah, but that's actually very interesting because presentation is very important.
And a lot of people are going to say, oh, it's fine, but that's not where you want to be, and that's not why we're here.
No, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
No one's going to say, I hate this, and probably a few people are going to say, I love it.
It's always like this in design, with art in general.
Well, there you go. Yeah. But you want lovers and haters. You don't want
No, of course.
Okay. Yeah, that's not where you want to live.
No.
In any way, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Well, again, it's
one last project. I think we have. Yeah.
Let's do it. So this one is a bit more web design project. It's Blij Tijd, which it's in Dutch. It means a happy time. It used to be a forum for 50 plus people that wanted to find some advice about pension, gardening, all kind of topics. And they decided to really create a website that had to look a bit like a newspaper or a magazine that they could really actually find this information without having to type on the forum. So my role in this project was art direction. So we run a lot of tests as well in terms of colors, testing the colors. The font has to be a bit bigger than a normal target audience for readability purposes. And here in this project, I design here the icons as well. I find it very important in my work to really create everything, not just the logo, but the icons. And
nice, that's a good point.
And the font.
And clients like that, for sure.
And also the logo, and also why I show you this project is because you can, I think, again recognize this work that I like with shapes and fonts and typographic work. And I also designed the website together with UX designers, so I was more in charge of the visual design here. The whole social media. So it was really a project with a really big range, and at the end the company...
This is nice with the outline of the icon. That's a really strong page.
Nice, yeah. It's a traveling icon. And what was really nice in this project at the end is that the company came to us and say, okay, now actually the website is doing very well. We also want to apply it to have a real magazine that people will receive it every month.
Wow.
But it's a different company that made it, but they still approach us like, okay, how can we make it like really aligned to the website? So I had a little eye on it as well.
Nice.
And I think the way you design a website is also the same in the magazine. You should also think about the font, of course, and where you place the images and the balance between text and images. So that was nice to have this double side.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice. And that's good input for a future client to know that happened, and they were so happy that they went ahead and did the magazine, and that's all really strong stuff.
Okay, do you want to show the last one?
Yeah, why not? This project is very different. I worked for a fashion designer in the Netherlands, and they had no designer in-house. So I was hired to be really the art director and to design a bit from scratch the identity. And there are physical shops, online shops, social media, so really a lot of different things. And what was part of the identity was only the logo that you can see here, which is like just a typographic logo, really simple, just the font. And they needed a bit more personality in the ads online, in the website, even though it had to stay quite clean because it's what they want to achieve. But it was really nice because I could bring a bit my own personality to the project, but creating, for example, some illustrations, like here for the winter campaign.
See, here's a little bit what we talked about. Maybe just a page where just one of these or two big would just be really like kind of shake things up. And it's very polite and well done.
Yeah, Violaine, like, what's your passion?
Illustrations.
Because, exactly, and we saw that in the first project.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
yeah.
and we see some elements here, right?
Yeah.
And I think this should be your focus. You should be focusing on the things you love, like
that's
the
true.
website, art direction, and things like that. I don't know, David. I don't know what.
Well,
you
you
think,
could take one of these, like you said, you're good with icons and these logos, and maybe a section of one is the background here, and not everything quite so.
Yeah.
Where it loses the energy, and this could be smaller, and you could have literally one or two of these just coming off the side, or maybe two, or just a hint of, and then later you show the whole thing or something, or you've already shown it, but. Right now, it's
a little bit about risk taking, right? Like
definitely
to go and like it is less comfortable being an illustrator, right? But I think that's where you got the chops, right? I mean, that's we can. I mean, I can feel that. This is what you're having fun with.
Definitely. No, definitely. I also like, this poster. I can definitely.
Well, there you go. That may be the best piece we've seen.
Again, full page.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, we don't need this tree and this block and then this. And I mean, that big on a white, or just that frame, and I mean, you could highlight it on white, and then maybe if you want to next frame, show it in the environment or something. That's fine. But right now, it really gets lost. So the impact when you come to this page is kind of like we did. Oh, that looks really interesting.
Yeah.
We want to know more, but
no, definitely.
Anyway, but I think to his point earlier, there it shows there's something you had a little more fun or passionate about and are good at.
Thank you. Yeah.
And the person looking at it will figure out that whatever's in here.
Yeah.
They'll think, "Whoa, she's good with art direction. Oh, wow, look what she did with it." They don't want to read about it here. Anyway.
No, that's true.
But
but that's very interesting for me because also I come from France, but I live in the Netherlands, and everything is quite structured, and you have to explain your work, so I think it's also me trying to please maybe a bit people.
But still, you need a little more edge that the other people don't have.
Exactly, and maybe I should just listen exactly what you say and like the balance. Like, okay, it's firstly showing my work.
I want to feel you're having a little more fun with the work. I think.
And the interesting thing here is that you started with the passion project.
Yeah.
And this is where we can really feel that, okay, yes, this is the passion, right? With the website and the campaigns and things like that, these are more iterations and more, can I say, examples of how you would apply things together.
Client project.
But where your heart is, it's in these illustrations, and I think this should shine in all of these projects. Like start with that, and then show the collateral.
Yeah.
Like that's like secondary.
This is a nice color choice.
Yeah, I was going to say this one as well.
Thanks. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you.
Any last words for Violaine? No? Yeah.
Well, you're in a good place, and now you just need to take it to that next level. And you're fortunate, and the biggest problem was the presentation on the portfolio, not the work so much.
Yeah, but that's good.
So that's a good place to be. But it's all part of the picture that you need to work on, and then that in next will bring you some projects that get you more what you want to do or more fun objects to show on the next round. But
and I think that's very important.
Yeah.
Never show things you don't want to do.
No,
because
I don't,
somebody,
yeah.
somebody will like them and ask you to do them.
Yeah, that's a very good point, yeah.
All right,
Sure.
well, David, that was
thank
great
you much.
to
Thank you
have
very
you
much.
with us.
Enjoyed,
Yolande, thank you so
appreciate
much for
coming.
swinging by.
You know, you have to pick and choose
thank
what
you
made sense to
on
you.
the
and
Adobe
hopefully
Live channel.
utilize some
We're
of
going to be
it,
back
but, you're in a good
exactly
place.
5
Thank you
minutes
very much.
with Haris Sevis, directly from Cyprus. He's going to be here with me, and we're going to be talking about his mosaic art. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a sec. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.